Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So today we're going to be checking out the group boss Varlamore part 2. Let's see what this is all about. Long ago, in the days before Varlamore's founding, the land was inhabited by a multitude of strange and powerful beings. It is said that one such being dwelled among the barren peaks of the Hailstorm Mountains. The old ones called this place Hotal, but those who lived in its shadow today call it Dark Frost. There they say the Hotal, a great and terrible serpent, lies sleeping, coiled around the heart of the mountain. They say its scales are strong as rock and that it sleeps upon a bed of gold. They say that the dwarfs who first encountered this monster were rewarded with riches beyond their wildest dreams. They say that when the Hotal wakes anew, it will be angry enough to tear through stone. For centuries, these legends were thought to be nothing more than tall tales, but now the mountain trembles and the Hotal has proven to be very, very real. Is it pronounced Hotal? I'm not quite sure at this moment. Left unchecked, the Hotal's power could cause untold devastation. Faced with this new danger, the dwarves have begrudgingly enlisted the help of adventurers like you to help them subdue the beast. Are you up to the challenge? So the Hotal is a new group encounter aimed at players with 90 plus total combat level. We also recommend having access to protection prayers. Loot wise, we're looking to bosses like Nex and Scurious that reward multiple players. While you choose to face the Hotal alone or in mass, we recommend teaming up with 3 to 8 friends for the best experience. So what else can you expect? Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the art right here, and as you can see, this looks phenomenal. It really does fit the whole Varlamore theme. The dragon looks very nice, and as you can see, they've also included things like the inner wing. We've got the side of the dragon, the top. It really does look cool. The tail, I guess we don't really see the full tail here, but this is sort of what it will look like. But we have to remember this is only concept art. Before we begin, please note that we are at an early stage of development and details are subject to change from now up until release, of course. So the Hotal's power clause has allowed it to dig a network of tunnels all through the mountain, but you'll face it on the surface. It's not instanced, but anyone can clamber up the mountain and join the battle. We will likely implement player limits to help with performance, which we'll talk about more when we're closer to launch. Don't worry, there will also be solo options available for players who need them. You're never truly alone though. To help you out, you'll be accompanied by a band of dwarfs, including a priest who will aid you during the encounter. That's very interesting. Is this one of the first times where like NPCs help you out in battle? I can't really think of it, maybe besides some questing and stuff like that. Parts of this colossal serpent are poking out from the caves all over the mountain. Whenever it's exposed, you can attack, which you'll need to do if you want to reach the top of the mountain, where the final part of the battle awaits. I really like that, how it's kind of like almost like a story. When you're fighting this boss, you have to like do this in order to climb the mountain to get to the end. Kind of reminds me of the Ulm fight. I don't really know what this looks like, but that kind of seems what it is. The Hotal won't take your attacks lying down, so stay alert. When enough body parts have been damaged, the path to the peak will open. On the summit, you'll face the Hotal head on, literally. You'll need to contend with all the same hazards as before, but when the mighty Hotal tries at your shenanigans, it'll shield itself with its tail. You'll need to break it to keep the fight, or to keep up the fight. So maybe that's why they showed the tail separate. Once the tail has shattered, you'll be free to start the battle again. Of course, that's why they showed the tail separate. There's a few things during this encounter that we're keeping a surprise, but we'll leave that for you to figure out when you face this deadly foe. I like that they're leaving a little bit of it out so that we can kind of get to experience it rather than knowing every little detail. So to recap, 1, join the Dwarven party and make your way up to the Dark Frost Mountain. Number 2, attack the parts of the Hotal sticking out from the rock while avoiding hazards. Don't forget your protection prayers. 3, when the Hotal moves, climb to the top of the mountain and attack the head. Number 4, if the Hotal uses its tail to defend itself, shatter it so you can resume the fight. Number 5, deal damage to the head until the Hotal is defeated. Once you've pacified the Hotal, there'll be a bit of downtime as it gets ready to fight again. So I'm assuming you go back to the bottom or whatever. This boss will be among the first to benefit from upcoming Project Rebalance changes, but we'll need to leave you to discover which attacks are most effective against this stone-faced foe. So now for the more exciting stuff is the rewards. We've also kept Project Rebalance in mind while designing the rewards for this boss. The Tome of Earth and Muddy Pages. Wow, I never saw that one coming. We had the Tome of Fire, then the Tome of Water. I guess next would be the Tome of Earth. We think the Hotal is a perfect place to obtain our newest elemental tomb and the associated pages. Just like the others, the Tome of Earth is an infinite source of earth runes as long as it's charged with muddy pages. Charges will deplete when casting earth spells specifically, which makes sense because the tome also increases the damage of earth spells by 10%. So far, this is just like a niche reward, not too good. It really seems like they're trying to push magic use in combat lately anyways. There's really not a problem with this being in the game at all. Okay, next we've got the Dueling Wand and the Dueling Shot. On the same theme, we're shaking things up with a brand new weapon and associated spell. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So the Dueling Wand, it looks like it gives a plus 16 attack bonus. We've got a plus 5 magic strength and a attack rate of 3. That's very fast, I think. So the Dueling Wand requires 65 magic to wield and can auto-cast its own new spell, Dueling Shot. Dueling Shot is an earth spell that also requires 65 magic and must be casted with the Dueling Wand. It's a 3-tick spell, which requires 1 death, 3 earth, and 2 air runes to cast. Although if you have your Tomb of Earth handy, you'll save a few. Okay, so maybe this is more of like a mid-level thing that attacks really fast, could actually make magic very nice. You get auto-casting early as well. I kind of like it. So its base max hit is 15, roughly equivalent to the same damage as the 5-tick Ivan's Blast. I knew it would be like a mid-level thing, right? It also has a neat built-in feature which gives you a 30% chance to not consume the required runes. So it looks like you can save some money by using this. The average DPS between 65 and 99 magic should just be under that of the Ivan's Staff and the accompanying spell, but with the new Tomb of Earth equipped, it's increased by about 10%. The Warp Scepter and the Trident of the Seas will out DPS it at higher levels, but until then, the Dueling Wand will be a powerful earth-based weapon for your arsenal. To see the Dueling Wand stands up against other weapons, check out the table below. So this is the DPS of the Dueling Staff, and then this is DPS compared to Ivan's Blast, and that's it. As you can see from this chart though, like the Trident just destroys, especially near the end game, but it looks like this will be relevant until about like 75, 85, which is interesting. Ooh, this is something I've been wanting in the game for a very long time, the Prayer Regeneration Potion. Our final reward is a new secondary ingredient, which, when added to an unfinished Renar, of course it's a Renar, will mix up a powerful Prayer Regeneration Potion. You'll need at least 58 herb lore to brew it, and it will give you around 132 XP per potion. That's cool because a lot of Ironman, for example, have a ton of Renars, ton of prayer potions in the bank. They can now make these, get some more prayer experience depending on that secondary ingredient. The effect will regenerate 1 prayer point every 12 ticks for about 8 minutes, which would give you around 8 prayer points per minute. So for a total of 66 points overall. So If you're not using it a lot of prayer in some places, you might just be good to take a bunch of these potions rather than prayer potions. Especially if you have like really high prayer gear on. I kind of see what they're doing here. We got that new prayer set from, I guess it's the Fortis Coliseum. And now we're getting this awesome potion. So let's see how this would work in practice. So 99 prayer using protection prayers is 4 minutes and 57 seconds versus with the prayer regeneration, it would be 7 minutes. Okay, so let's just think about that. So usually it would last like 5 minutes, but with the prayer regeneration, it would last 7 minutes. And then using piety or rigor, etc., it would be 2 minutes and it would go up to 3 minutes. So it's not like a huge increase, maybe for the protection prayers. So this might be very, very good for Slayer. And this all obviously depends on if you have more prayer bonus and whatever, right? So I see this being amazing for Slayer, maybe niche for some bosses and stuff. But you could also drink, say, a prayer regeneration and also have some like super restores in the inventory, you know what I mean? You'll note that the Chambers of Xeric prayer enhance is actually much better. I was actually just thinking that the prayer enhance is way better, but this potion is something you can carry with you to locations where recharging our prayer is inconvenient, or situations where you won't be using prayers as much. Exactly kind of what I just said, where you won't be using prayers as much, or maybe if you're like in a place that's inconvenient, like they said, these may be better to take than even a regular prayer potion, or you can kind of combine the two. Oh, here we go. We got a survey. So what type of account do you play in Iron Man? What is your total level? I am maxed. What type of content do you participate in? I feel like I've just done this. Minigames, PVM. We got completionist, skilling, quests, clue scrolls. What platform do you play on? The desktop. Where did you learn about this information? I'm reading the news post, what I'm doing right now. I guess the Winter Summit maybe a bit as well. Next, let's go through this. So how do you feel about the overall gameplay of the group boss? I think it's a very cool concept. I'm not really quite sure what I think about multiple players. I know this has been very positive with a lot of the Varlamore stuff. I forget what that minigame's called, like the new barrows, where you are in a group. So I'm just going to go with positive for now. With the details provided in the blog, how likely are you to partake against the group boss? Very likely. Obviously, I'm going to make a video about it. Next, how do you feel about each of the rewards? So we gotta go over to here. I love when we can scroll right from very negative to positive and very positive. So the Tome of Earth and the Muddy Pages, there's no reason for this not to be in the game. So the Dueling Wand, I'm also very positive about. We need some more like mid-level stuff to get people to the end game content, which I've always said, and I guess that's it. And the prayer regeneration, I'm also very positive about. I don't really see a reason for this not to be in the game either. It's different options for people to take. It's better XP and herb lore for Ironmans, you know what I mean? It's really a very positive all overall. How do you feel about the new secondary for the prayer regeneration potion only coming from this boss? I don't know. I feel like you should maybe be able to get it from other things. Ironman I'm thinking of, so I'm just gonna not really have an opinion on that, and I guess that's about it. In other news, RuneFest 2024, more tickets available May 15th. Now, I wanted to go, and then I was like, they're all sold out, and a bunch of like bots or something bought them. So I will try my very best on May 15th to purchase some RuneFest tickets so I can go. It'll be my first time ever going to the UK. I live in Canada. So I'm really excited, and I really hope I can get some tickets for this, meet a bunch of you guys, see a lot of the staff. I really want to meet like Mod Ash, a bunch of the mods, like Mod Mark, and a bunch of people in general. But if you go and click this right now, nothing interesting happens. Very weird. And now we're on RuneScape 3. Oh, Jesus Christ, that RuneScape 3 website is so ugly. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.